This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. It is not intended to cause or induce breach of an existing agency agreement.
This is the Victoria Real Estate Podcast. Welcome to the Victoria Real Estate Podcast, where we discuss everything Victoria Real Estate. I'm Adrian Maclaren, and I'm joined by
Jocelyn Cseff
and
Vincent Baart
and
David Steinberg.
and we are the real estate agents. Well, us three are real estate agents at Remax Coast and Greater Victoria. And David, you are from
Olympic Mortgage.
Yeah, he's our mortgage specialist. Now, before we get started, guys, before we get into news, before we get anything else, I have some trivia for you.
right away.
Yeah,
Okay.
right away. We're
All
going
right.
we're getting right into it.
All right, I'm scared.
Basically, the question is, out of the major areas in VREB, so that's Core, Peninsula, West Shore, Malahat and area, and Gulf, which one has dropped the most since our peak in April of 2022 down to the bottom of January 2023? So that drop.
Dropped the most in sales?
No, in price.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Do we hit a buzzer or what do we do?
What are the...
I think it's West Shore.
You think it's West Shore?
That's my hunch.
Okay.
And it's specifically to 2023.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that one drop. Not
one
till
drop.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
West
thinking Gulf or Malahat.
Golf from Malahat.
Yeah.
Souk. Is Souk in there?
Souk would be included in West Shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you two going West
Yeah,
Shore?
David and I,
Okay,
we're Team West Shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, are you gonna lock in?
I guess Gulf and Malahat.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
I have to do
Golf
one?
or Malahat. Those are two
I
different
can't do
areas.
both?
Yeah.
Okay. Malahat.
Malahat.
Yeah.
And our winner is Jocelyn Cseff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
Because all those little markets got super inflated.
Yeah. So that Jocelyn was on the right track. So Golf, they had a huge increase. The same with Malahat. All the rural areas like Port Alberni, for example, huge boom during that time.
Yeah.
And so they kind of came crashing down a little bit harder than everywhere else. So Malahat and area actually dropped 18.9%.
Wow.
So that's if you timed the market perfectly.
Perfectly bad.
Perfectly bad. Okay. Like if you were
You bought
really
it
bad.
high.
Yeah.
If you timed it at the
Yeah.
absolute worst
At
time,
the worst time.
Yeah.
you are down at almost 19%.
I would love to just add a quick editorial comment to that. So
Please.
when people look at, that tumble, like we generally in organized real estate say the market never really corrects that badly. And that's year over year. So that will have smoothed out year over year over year over year.
Yeah.
And so when people
this is
say,
looking at a specific crunch in time.
Yeah.
The height of the market to the low. Of the
Yeah,
market.
exactly.
Yeah. Which, if you're sitting in negative equity, hang out
Yeah.
there for a while.
Yeah, don't sell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't sell yet.
If you can. But yeah, all of VREB as an average dropped 14.9%. So, everywhere else, it kind of ranged from 14.8 to about 16 in the core, but the Malahat area dropped a little bit more.
Yes.
Golf was second too. So Jocelyn.
Winning.
oh man, first
Yeah.
and second.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what, guys? West Shore, the lowest.
Oh.
What?
We were way
Yeah.
off on that.
Yeah.
14.8.
Mhm.
Now, follow-up question from that.
Ooh.
So from the very bottom of what we hit in January of 23 to today, which market out of those has rebounded the best?
Oh. Okay.
Core. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Is it West Shore? Adrian, is it West Shore?
Lock in
Nothing
your
to do with
answers.
West
Lock
Shore.
in your
Has
answers.
rebounded the best.
Yeah.
Hmm.
From the bottom of 2023,
Yeah.
January 2023 to today.
To today.
Yeah.
Yeah, core. I'm locking in.
I have no idea.
Jocelyn, what do you got for me?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Malahat again.
Josh and Steph,
Oh,
2 for 2.
incredible.
2
Wow.
for 2. So, yeah, Malahat up 11% from that 19. So, they've rebounded quite well.
Wow. Yeah.
There we go.
It kind of
Um,
makes sense though.
Yeah.
That the one that falls the most will rebound the
Mhm.
most.
Yeah.
Well, and it is kind of the closest to the core in terms of like those secondary markets versus like Port Alberni,
Yeah.
Comox, Courtney, all of that. Like Malahat, it's still people can live there and work in Victoria.
Yep, exactly.
So
And something that's interesting looking at the numbers is West Shore actually rebounded the worst, probably
Ah,
by a
come on.
long shot, at 5.4% since the bottom.
So
Ooh.
a slower rebound.
Slower
Yeah.
rebound
Mhm.
versus Peninsula, around the same, 15% down, but they're
Mhm.
in second at 9.7 rebound.
Way to
It's
go,
almost double
Peninsula.
the West Shore.
Interesting.
So Peninsula. Yeah.
So for the first-time buyers waiting at home for the market to crash, what do you think?
Honestly, when I'm looking at this, I kind of see West Shore as maybe an opportunity because it hasn't fully rebounded like a lot of the
interesting.
other markets.
Yeah.
I mean, personally.
But no crash on the horizon.
Yeah. Fingers
Fingers
crossed.
crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Trump, chill. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hello, Trump.
Yeah.
But yeah, VREB on a whole, they rebounded 6.8%. So the 11% on the Malahat and the Peninsula at 9.7, looking pretty good. So
Nice.
awesome. Well, thanks for playing Adrian's Trivia, guys.
I think that's the first time I've ever won trivia with
yeah,
this.
Nailed it.
2 for 2.
Nailed it.
Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Malahat.
Now, before we get started to the actual podcast, I just wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, Canine Car Care. On the last episode, Canine Car Care came to the office and cleaned up my car while we recorded the podcast, reporting back that they did an awesome job. I just bought this car, and my friends always make fun of me for not getting my car cleaned enough. So it felt really good to have it professionally cleaned. They took care of some tree sap stuck on the hood, an old bumper sticker from the last owner was removed, and all the residue was cleaned off. I was really impressed by the results. They offer the remote car detailing inside and out. They offer 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and they state that a clean car equals instant confidence. So that's caninecarcare.com. Thanks,
I don't disagree with them on that one.
yeah. Guys, weekly stories. What's new? What's happening this week? How's everyone feeling? What's happening?
It's great. I mean, the sun is shining. It's
Yeah, it's
flipping
really
way too hot out.
really,
It's
really
great.
hot.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
24 right
That's
now.
too hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It feels hotter
we're in
than
Victoria.
24.
We're in
Oh,
Victoria.
Victoria. It's lovely. It
What do we
is
say in the
lovely
winter?
weather.
It's a different kind of cold. It's a different kind of heat, Jocelyn.
Oh,
yeah, I don't
my
know.
goodness.
I don't know. But my weekly story, I checked out Brasserie Le Col for the first time yesterday, and I've heard about it my entire life, and it's classic, and it did not disappoint. I tried Pig's Head.
Oh.
Pig's head.
I just went right off
What
the
part
deep
of the
end.
head?
Oh.
Like the whole thing?
If you're squeamish, just fast forward 15 seconds. They pull off all the meat components, like they debone. So all the meat, they throw it together and they cook it in like a sous vide bag. So it's almost like it's like a Jello roll.
Oh.
And then they slice it really thinly, like a carpaccio, and serve it with some bread, and it's really good.
I swear that the fancier food gets, sometimes they just like start finding weird things to eat.
They
you
do.
know?
But that's
Yeah.
so if you think of like a brasserie traditionally was like the working man's cafeteria, like not cafeteria, but it was like a cafe, and it was all the extra like liver and like shanks and like osso buco, like those were weird cuts that like the fancy people didn't want.
Right.
And then
now-
it came full circle, and now it's kind of like lobster. Like we always think of lobster as
used to be,
high
yeah.
end.
Yeah, but back in the day, that was gross.
It was literally fed
Yeah.
to dogs.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like bycatch. It was disgusting. And now it's like, ooh, lobster. Oh, fancy.
ocean insects.
Yuck.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
So that's
David-
my weekly story.
Dave, what about you? What do you got going on?
I have more news on my midlife crisis.
Nice.
exciting.
I've come down to just wearing one pair of pants or one type of pair of pants.
Like a
Okay.
uniform.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of like a uniform,
So
I
do you
guess,
have-
because
do
it's
you
got
have-
like a stretchy band, stretchy
Did
waist.
you buy it from Costco?
No, actually, it's Banana Republic. so it's
Okay,
not-
that's not full.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's not-
that.
You haven't
You know,
fully
like
gone
I'm
off the
trying to
deep
be
end.
stylish here
Yeah,
through my
yeah, yeah.
midlife
You're not
crisis.
full midlife yet.
But no, I think that means I just have to lose 20 pounds and maybe find some other pants that have stretchy waists.
Yeah, well, I think you look great.
Thank you.
Sharp trousers. Yeah.
Now, do you have more than one pair of these pants?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Just so
okay.
everybody knows
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
wearing
yeah.
the
Oh, so it's like
exact same
actually
pair
a
of pants every
uniform.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but different colors.
Yeah, yeah,
Different
okay.
colors.
Honestly,
pants.
me too. I have black, gray, and beige of these Nike golf
Yeah,
pants.
once you find a pair of
Yeah,
pants that you
love 'em.
like, it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to wear other pants.
No.
I
No.
wish I was a man. I feel
Yeah.
like guys can wear the same thing every single day,
I
and
do.
nobody even
Yeah.
says anything.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a woman, they're like, didn't you wear that like 6 months ago? I saw it.
Mhm.
You're like, come on.
Yeah. Jocelyn, what about you? What do you got going on?
Oh, guys, I don't know. I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know where I am. I am in the thick of summer vacation.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just.
Kids out of school.
Kids out of school. Like, yeah. I mean, we're having a really good summer vacation. We've done a couple half day camps. It's been really nice. Lots of time at the beach, trying to squeeze in work. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just at the stage where like there's sand absolutely everywhere in our house.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to leave it until October. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting like a person that cleans the house?
Yeah, but like I'm embarrassed of the amount of sand and dirt and rocks and stuff that Logan brings in, so I end up cleaning before they come.
Oh,
So
really?
That kind of defeats the
it
purpose
kind of
of
defeats
it.
the
Yeah,
purpose.
that's
Yeah, I have that battle where I'm like, it'd be nice like once every couple weeks just to have someone come and deep clean.
Yeah.
But I also find cleaning to be kind of therapeutic. So
I don't.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Matea. Well, yeah, I'm getting married. On
No big
Saturday.
deal.
Nah.
Yeah.
Da, da, da,
So,
da, da, da,
So
da,
casual
da,
about
da.
it.
Right?
So that's my
That's
big
exciting.
news. So next,
Yeah.
well, by the time this comes out, I guess I'll be a married man.
Yay.
But yeah, looking forward to that, and nothing else to really say there.
I mean, that's like a mic
That's,
drop.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Dang.
big. That's the biggest news. Or
Right?
almost the biggest.
I'm
I don't
talking about
know.
cleaning my house.
Midlife crisis news is that was pretty entertaining.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So getting into the summary of the podcast today, we're gonna have a small debate on what the best investment for under $750,000 is. We're gonna get a little bit of a mortgage update, but maybe a little less on the mortgage side. And David, what is it that you're gonna be chatting about?
I'm going to be talking about AI. a
AI.
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Exciting.
there you go.
Exciting.
Scary.
And then talking about a new downtown Victoria hotel coming to Victoria, and then we're doing neighborhood highlight in Be Royal, and then market update. So let's get into it. David, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
I don't mind.
Go for it.
Yeah. So I get a newsletter from a guy. He's Rob McLister.
Yep.
He's the mortgage guru kind of guy, and he sent out an article a little while ago about a mortgage broker that is using an AI tool for conducting the first interviews with clients. Actually,
Okay.
sort of like an intake, I guess.
Yeah.
But instead of just like an online form intake, it's like you're actually talking to the person. I mean, I'm finding it a little bit. I don't know. I'm finding it a little bit disturbing. One thing, because I always find the time to have my first interview with clients.
Mhm.
Like, I don't really want my clients coming to my office and first of all talking to a robot, or really almost talking to anybody else, because I feel like I'm the person that's the most
course.
qualified
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
nurture that client and to make sure that we can help them and strategize and everything like that. But he actually, in this in his article, he did an interview with the AI bot and put it on the article, and I was severely unimpressed.
Yeah.
So I think AI, first of all, has probably a long way to go.
Oh,
If
yeah.
if it's going to be anything like what people dream that it's going to be, it has a long way to go.
Yep.
Because Rob's interview with the AI bot was slow. Like, he would give an answer and then there would be a pause for like 3 or 4 seconds. So he'd be like, "Okay, my income is $80,000 a year."
Yep.
Pause. And then the AI bot would either go on to the next question or say some canned response and then go on to the next question. And it's just, I don't think AI is really, it's sort of coming for our jobs, but not really.
Yeah.
Because while Rob had some good things to say about this AI bot, when I listened to the interview, it was just like slow and lanky.
Yeah.
And I would think to myself, if I was a client, I'd think like, does this broker not have enough time to just take 15 or 20 minutes with me
Yeah. Of
and
course.
just do this intake with me
Like-
versus, getting his AI bot to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy in Ontario must be massively busy
Yep.
if he can't do his first interview with the clients, which is in what I consider almost the most important interview.
I think it is the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I was just kind of like making me feel like I'm almost not busy enough,
No.
because I'm not busy enough to have AI fielding my first calls.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of proud of my first interview that I have with clients.
Yeah, yeah.
I take pride in making sure that clients understand what's happening and that they know that they're dealing with somebody who's knows what he's doing and an actual person.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. Like, I actually have a question for you guys. Who do you think the AI interviews is like target market is for? Because if I got stuck on one of those calls with AI bots, I would rage out
Yeah, I would
and hang up
immediately
within
hang up.
45
yeah,
seconds.
I would immediately hang up.
Like, no, absolutely no way am I talking
No.
to a fucking robot.
I think a lot of the service companies now are using them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you call into TELUS or Rogers
I'm
or
just
whatever it is.
slamming zero and saying
Yeah.
talk to a person.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of it, like, there's so many nuances when you're having conversations with people that the robots just, they're not going to get that. They're not going to pick up on it. And I think it just builds frustration. It's like we have enough with computers, and but I mean, I'm the boomer on the team who is a little scared of AI. So
Yeah. If anything, in my business, I feel like I've gone the opposite direction of AI. And so for first interviews, I try to go to them in person because I'm sitting down. They get to see a person. I'm not an AI bot on the phone. Like, they're like, oh, this is Adrian. Like, he met my family and he knows where I live and he's real. And, you know, he told me about how he's getting married this weekend. Like, you know, it builds like more of a connection. You like become a part of that person's life versus phone calls a step back from that. Like, it was a bare minimum, but then like AI chatbot is like,
I just like, as your first point of contact, like, it's a relationship business. They can choose another mortgage broker. They don't have to go with you. Same with us. They don't have to go with us. So yeah, if you're not building that relationship from the very, very first moment, I don't see how it would work long term unless your name is so big that people just don't care.
Right.
Yep.
I would just be insulted though.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're phoning somebody about your mortgage and you have to talk to a robot and tell the robot your income before you even get on the phone with the mortgage broker.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yep. All right, Vince, devil's
Yeah,
advocate.
I'm curious what your thoughts are then.
I don't know, guys.
Sit back there.
So
Scheming.
AI, just generally speaking, the best analogy I've heard is if you're trying to go from wherever we're sitting to a kilometer away, you can walk. That's an option. But if someone hands you a bicycle, you can also jump on the bicycle and you'll arrive at that destination faster, more efficiently, and less sweaty. AI is kind of that same idea. So you still have to pedal, you still have to steer the thing, and you still have to know how to operate it. But for me, if I knew that I could jump on let's say the next time, you know, I've got a young family, busy life, blah, blah, blah. If the next time I could talk to someone about my mortgage goals was like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and if I could just have some kind of a conversation rather than filling in another stupid PDF form that I just detest doing, to me, it's the same information that I'd be putting into an intake form, but it's like I'm getting there by riding a bicycle rather than doing it, you know, with a PDF. So that's not to say you're outsourcing the entire relationship. But if we can give this relationship a little more efficiency than a PDF, and then still have, like, you know, think of scheduling software or even thinking of email. I was just thinking as David was describing this workflow, there was a time not long ago where people hated email and they said, if I have something important to tell Adrian, I'm going to write him a letter because he's going to value the personal touch of my handwriting and that's going to matter to him.
Right.
So there are people that resisted fax machines. There are people that resisted email. There are people that resisted having all of the MLS listings available for the public. There was a time where your friendly local real estate agent had to show up to your door with a binder full of listings. And if you didn't have a realtor, you didn't get access to those listings. This is like 20 years ago. This is not 200 years ago.
Yep.
So I do see there's a clunkiness, there's a discomfort, but I mean,
but if you're shopping for your mortgage at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And look, if it's like, hey, I'm going to schedule a time to talk human to human, sure. Like, I'll have that chat, but why not fill in the form by just jumping on a phone call with my headset in while I'm, I don't know, out for a bike ride?
I mean, I think, yeah, as an intake form, yes.
Yeah.
It has merit. But as your very first conversation with somebody, I would be appalled if I was contacting a professional and that was my first point of contact, and then I didn't have a follow-up call.
I'd agree with you, Vince. Like, if there was like a button and it's like fill out it by writing in some blanks on the website, or like our AI, I think it has to be transparent. If it's not
Or
transparent,
just be clear about it.
yeah. Like our AI bot will call you and you can answer verbally, like that. Then I would be like, oh, okay, that's cool.
And if you go to the grocery store and they give you the option to use the self-checkout or to have a human scan your stuff and ask how your day is artificially, great. You have the choice. And so maybe that's the option, is if a service provider says, hey, if you want to fill in this form the old way, here's option A. Or if you want to talk to a weird robot voice at 11 o'clock at night, that's also your option.
B.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Vince convinced me a little bit.
But it's
Situational.
about being honest.
Yeah.
The minute, and this is one thing I love about some content creators and some people that are just, creating workflows and things like that for customer experience. They'll say, hey, this is an AI or a digital assistant. That's my favorite. When someone says, hey, this is a digital assistant, I'm not a real person. Please don't be mean to me, but you can, like at least let me know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah. And I guess that's the jump. Like, so from letters to email, it's still you writing it. And I feel like the jump from someone trying to talk to you and they're getting a robot, that's the disconnect that I'm having trouble with.
So do you have the same issue with Grammarly? It's a plugin you put on Gmail, and it will like say, hey, Jocelyn, your tone's a little too passive. You might consider changing the tone. Like that, in my mind, that wasn't even AI when it first came out. It was it would just analyze, and it would just say, hey, your tone's a little too passive, or it could be more professional.
I don't think I've ever used this.
Okay, yeah, it's amazing.
I have Grammarly. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta put it on my Gmail.
Yeah.
I want to know what
no
my
more
tone
spelling
is.
mistakes.
Oh yeah, it really changes
Be like
things.
less exclamation marks.
But even
Jocelyn.
spell checking, what another weird example of technology. We can't live without spell checkers. Like, I don't know if you're like me, I really judge people hard if they have like really bad spelling.
That's me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I judge
try
you a
not
lot.
to, yeah.
But having these tools that help, I don't know, smooth out the process. Yeah, I'll ride a bicycle to get to my destination. I mean,
it's a tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah,
I mean,
AI is
it's
a tool.
applicable in some cases, and then in other cases, maybe not. But we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think there needs to be that relationship aspect still, because we are a face-to-face relationship business. But
that's the thing. I think that is for now. Until real estate changes to not be a relationship-based business, then I think like that's when AI
bring on
will
the
take
AI.
over. Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll get there because people like having people to blame.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sure. Yeah.
David, do you have some mortgage stats for us?
Mortgage updates?
Yeah.
Mortgage rates ticked up a little more. Fixed mortgage rates ticked up a little bit.
Okay.
In the last, I'd say, week.
So what are we sitting at now?
I mean, everybody asks me, what's your best 5-year fixed?
Yeah.
Right. And now I have to literally tell people, what's the deal? Like, what's your deal?
Yeah.
Because because the best 5-year fixed doesn't apply to everybody.
Yeah.
And it keeps changing. So now,
give us that clickbait number.
Yeah. What's the best you've got for somebody in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
The best I've got for somebody actually is I'm doing actually a few of the 6-month terms. I've done a few of the 6-month terms at 1.99%.
Wow.
So those are that's basically saving half of the interest over 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, this is like David's little hack. He'll get you into the mortgage and then you just renew.
Yeah,
at 1.99.
It's a lower stress test rate, so people can.
I like this.
Exactly.
Talking.
It's a lower stress test rate, so the lowest stress test rate that we can use is 5.25.
Yeah.
So, I get the client the 6-month mortgage. They usually qualify for around, depending on how much their income is, they might qualify for anywhere from 30 to 60 grand more purchase price because I'm using the 6-month rate.
Yeah.
Regular 5-year rates probably hovering around anywhere from 4.14 to 4.34.
Okay.
But I'm seeing some advertisers out there advertising things as low as 3.99.
Yeah.
We just got 4 on our renewal.
Yeah. So and renewals is
fix. Oh, okay.
Renewals is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if I have to say the biggest change in my business over the last 2 to 3 years has been, I just don't really go after renewals anymore because it's way too easy for me to give the client a rate and then they're just going to take that rate to the bank that they're with, and the bank is just going to say, okay, well, I'm just going to give you a little bit better to keep the business.
I'll give you 0.05% more than
Yeah. So, before I could really be aggressive on renewals, and the banks wouldn't really necessarily match what I was giving that client, and now the banks are just always matching. So, if any of these listeners have any broker telling them that they can do better on a renewal, they're kind of hungry. They're overly hungry for business because I already know that the existing lender is just going to give a better rate.
Yeah. And why do you think that is? Do you think it's the banks are doing that because, a lot of the renewals are more equity, less risk?
It's easier to keep an existing client than to gain a new one.
Right. Less work. Yeah.
So, and less costly.
Yeah.
So, the banks are just being ultra competitive on their renewals now. And my business has adapted, and I've been at this for a very long time, so that, you know, I have enough of a client base to be able to make it past not having to do renewals anymore. But right now I'm still doing a renewal here and there when I know I've got some value to add in that situation.
Right.
So generally only really though when clients need more money. So if clients are refinancing and need more money, then I'm adding value in that scenario, and I'm able to approve that client for more money than their existing bank would.
Right.
But anywhere from like the rates that a new client might be offered is anywhere from maybe 4.14 to 4.34 on a 5-year fixed, and that's ticked up. It's ticked up in the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
And what about variable discounts? What are we seeing as a
variable? I had an amazing special for about a month there at prime minus 65, but for uninsured business.
Oh, okay.
Whereas most lenders were at prime minus 65 for high ratio insured business.
Yeah.
So the prime minus 65 to prime minus 70 holds for high ratio business, but for the uninsured business, we're sort of at around prime minus 50 now at our best.
Yeah.
So not too much of a jump there.
Yeah.
But most of the lenders are in and around prime minus 30, let's say.
Okay.
For the uninsured deals.
Right.
For the high ratio insured, we're still at around prime minus 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
There you go. There's your mortgage rates.
Yeah. Thanks, Adrian.
I always say though, like every deal is different now, and you know, I can't just give people my best rate because I have no idea if it's going to apply to that person.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. All right, guys, should we move on to best investments under 750,000?
Bring it on.
All right. Who wants to start?
Well, let's go with the criteria. So we played with the last episode.
Yep.
We were
Under 500.
So what is the criteria here? What's the goal that we're trying to achieve with this price point?
This I would say is people were asking me to have this segment in the comments, and they were talking, I think, more on the investment side. But for me, I kind of put in a couple different avenues to hit everybody that might be looking at buying a house for themselves, buying a house for strictly investment, buying a house for rental. So I have a couple different answers, but I would say investment is the overall, is whether that's appreciation, whether it's, you know, a cash flow play, So
great. Okay. Well, I'll jump in with
Go for it.
So I know we're supposed to keep it close to the core because, you know, like, yes, we're licensed to trade anywhere in BC, but the core is typically our area of specialty.
Yep.
Sorry, not core, but South Vancouver Island. But that didn't stop me from finding this absolute gem, full duplex. So one level, left and right side duplex. So it's kind of like buying two condos, like two bed, one bath. So each side has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And this entire property, and it's on around a 7,000-ish square foot lot on 15th Ave in Campbell River, is $549,000. So if you're trying to buy a second property and you don't want strata fees, so if you buy a condo as a second, like as an investment property, you're always worried about making things cash flow and, you know, assessments coming out and biting you out of nowhere. You could take that same $150,000 down payment and put it into this duplex where you have total control over the entire structure. So you control kind of what your budget is. And then you could even fix one side up and sell it. And you still have this other side that's a 2-bed, 1 bath.
One thing that I thought about, Vince, with that, that brought an idea for me. So say you wanted to buy a vacation property.
Yeah.
And maybe it was in an area that has vacancy tax or whatever. Most smaller areas don't, but so you could rent out one side, avoid the vacancy tax, and then have the other side.
I think it depends.
It does depend.
Yeah. So this is the funny thing with the vacancy tax. They send one to each
Address.
title, like one each address.
Are they separately titled though? There's a full duplex.
I mean, that's the $1 million question,
that's a good
right?
question.
Like they're going to
Yeah.
have separate street numbers.
Yeah.
But if you have a basement suite in Saanich, you're not getting 2 spec tax things in the mail. You're just getting one. So, but if you'll remember back to COVID, there was the rental credit that they were giving out. And the conspiracy theorists were thinking that it was a really cheap way for the government to build a database of all of the illegal secondary suites, because every tenant now in BC could say, oh yeah, I live in the basement of 123 Banana Street. can I have my $500, please? And the government said, oh, interesting. We didn't know there was a basement suite at 123 Banana Street. Here's your $500, kid. Thanks for reporting this. And we'll tuck this database aside for if we ever need a database of all the illegal basement suites.
Oh,
so
man.
Wow.
that could come out in the future.
Terrified.
Yep.
Yeah, it reminds me of, there was a time where, I know we're totally digressing
That's
here,
okay.
but there was a time where Home Depot handed over all of their contractor account data to the CRA because the CRA was trying to figure out which renovators are underreporting their income. So if you're a contractor and you bought 20 toilets from Home Depot last year and the CRA only shows that you had income on 10 projects, well, where are those other 10 toilets going? And this is how they kind of start to build out databases to crack down. So my concern around rental housing is, and with the spec tax, could you get away with it, in air quotes? Yeah, you probably could. But eventually that database could be used for further cracking down with this spec tax.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
How's that for
Little
a
bit of doom and
long
gloom,
yarn? I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, what else we have for under 750?
Yeah, I tried to keep it in the core.
Okay.
You didn't say it, so I can say it. And I think that I would do. I mean, it's listed at 775, but it's been on the market for a while. I think they're at like.
We'll count that.
Yeah,
We'll count that. You
I
can
think-
get them
how many
down
days on
25 for
market?
sure.
I think you get them down 25.
100%.
If Jocelyn is negotiating, definitely.
Definitely 25. Yeah, and it's a single family. It's in the kind of Tillicum area. It's 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but then they also have a little detached carriage that has potential.
It's fully detached.
It's fully detached, yeah. So it doesn't look like it in the photo, but this
Yeah.
in behind is fully detached. So the house itself, I've actually been through this house, and it's
What's wrong with it?
yeah, a lot. In all honesty, a lot. Yeah. But
775. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I mean, there's like a whole thing going on with the roof line, and like
Yeah.
eventually it will probably need to be torn down. There's
We're
some
not
stuff-
going to mention the address, though, right?
We're not mentioning the
Okay.
address. I'm not saying the address.
All right.
Yes, but you could have. It's not at the point where it would be dangerous for anyone to be living there. So you could put tenants in there. You could have tenants in the little carriage, and you could just hold the property because the neighborhood itself is up and coming, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to. It's a Tillicum area, so it's a little rough around the edges. But this particular pocket is quite cute. So I
Yeah.
would just kind of sit on the property, put some tenants, and wait
Yeah.
to see.
I really like that idea of like maybe buying a bit more of a rundown house,
Mm-hmm.
putting a bit lower market rent on it, sitting
Mhm.
on it, and then seeing whether one day like that market kind of pops off and you can sell it as like a tear down or
Yeah,
maybe
well, and it's this lot's like almost 6,000 square feet, so it's a big lot. Like
Yeah.
it has the potential.
Okay.
So, yeah.
very cool.
Mhm.
Great one.
So we can't say the addresses.
No, don't say the
Ideally
address.
not. No.
Not if you're
All right.
talking. Not if you're just
Not if you're smack
Not if
talking
you're
it.
smack
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
it out.
yeah. If you want to say great things about it, sure.
Yeah.
So I'll go, I guess.
Yeah, go for it, David.
I was doing some search just before we started,
Yep.
and I noticed there's a lot of inventory in that price range for single-family dwellings in Souk.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, I don't think I would buy an investment, like an investment property necessarily there, because I think the vacancy rates are vacancy rates are pretty low there too.
Probably.
But
Probably a bit higher than
There's more.
if,
Yeah, higher
if
than
I was
Victoria.
if I was a young family, maybe working from home or remote work, then it seems like there's a lot of listings right now in Souk
Mhm.
that are less than that 750 for a single family dwelling.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's somewhere you could, if that's your absolute price range and you absolutely need to be in a house.
Yep.
That's where I would go, because I always find like people say, "Oh, Souk, it's so far," and it is. But then when I actually drive there, it seems like it's only been 15 minutes, like from when you get off.
I mean, it's a nice drive if there's no traffic.
If there,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's that that road
Yeah.
it can get really gridlocked at peak times of the day, and it can
Or if
also
there's
feel
a
really
crash or
cut off.
something.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gets cut off a lot.
But I would say that the work from home or you work in Souk,
Mhm.
like
Oh yeah,
100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. And then you're still close enough to the city that you have access. It would be like living in I don't know, what's like an exterior part of like Vancouver, like Port Coquitlam.
yeah, Langley.
Yeah, so like
Except I don't think you can compare those because Port Coquitlam has a way better high-speed transit to get into Vancouver,
do. Well,
whereas
what-
Souk doesn't have that.
what's
No.
what's the farm part of like southeastern
Like
Vancouver?
Langley?
Yeah, Langley.
But even Langley, it's better connected to
Delta?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, maybe Delta. The
Delta?
traffic's not great,
Okay.
but even
yeah.
still, better buses.
Yeah.
Sorry, Victoria and Souk.
We'll get there, maybe.
Yeah.
David, I like that. That's a good one. I have 3 different kind of situations for mine. So strictly investment, nothing specific, but basically the biggest lot on a busy road in a growing area. And specifically, I would study the OCP and look at like, hey, like in the next 20 years, the city is planning, or this municipality is planning on putting or densifying this specific area. So like kind of like Jocelyn said, buying something that's like a bit rougher shape under that hopefully under that 750 range. Like maybe that's unrealistic, but putting some low market renters in there and just waiting for that OCP to change and a developer to come knocking on your door. So that would be number 1. Number 2 is you're a handy person. Buy a rundown single family dwelling anywhere in the core or West Shore where most of the work needed is cosmetic. Get your hands dirty, fix it up. That would be number 2.
Unfortunately, I don't think you'll find that for $750.
I know. Well, maybe West Shore.
There's a few.
No,
Rundown.
I think there's a few.
I have looked at almost every house listed right now in the core for under $800. None of it is
Hey,
cosmetic.
Jocelyn, that was your whole.
It's all major renos.
Yeah.
Or like
the one
full
the
reno
one
needed.
you just pulled out.
But it needs major renos. Like if you were to actually get into the
yeah.
nuts and bolts of the house,
Right.
like it's not going to fall over, so you can put tenants in it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if you were to actually like renovate the house from top bottom, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
So yeah,
So unless you work in trades.
unless like you're not going to flip it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The money's just not going to be in it to flip it. It
Yep.
is to just sit on it and pay your mortgage month
Gotcha.
over month and
Okay.
wait to tear it down.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And then for the everyday person who's not handy and who just wants to live in the property, one kind of weird type of property that's starting to pop up a little bit more is larger townhomes with rental potential. So they actually have suites in them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So in Langford, Colwood area, I actually pulled up 2, and these are 2017 builds. For one, another one is a 2019 build. These are nice townhomes. These are 61 to 18 over 1,800 square foot interior, and they both have 1-bedroom suites in them.
Nice.
And these are both at like that 750 range. And this is if you want something, you get to live in a nice, brand new, almost brand new, like newer, like modern townhome. And then you also have the luxury of getting that mortgage helper that you would. So like if you're someone who doesn't want to live in a rundown house with the suite, you get that nice modern look. You have and it's you're at right around that 750.
So 750, and it includes a
Suite.
1-bedroom suite
in townhome.
in a townhome.
Yeah. And this
Oh.
is like in the core of West Shore. Like,
Can I change my answer?
Yeah, you like that one?
I like that.
Yeah, it's like Florence Lake area and Hatley Park area.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
That's mine.
Little cheat sheets.
Yep. Next up on the podcast, we have a new downtown Victoria hotel.
Ooh,
Yes,
That's
hear
a
about
fun
this?
headline.
Yeah, it's nice.
Finally, it was like
yeah.
20 years since we've had a new hotel in Victoria.
Well, and we've had because I think there were 1,000 Airbnb units that were shut down across Victoria,
Yeah.
right? So like the premium on hotels
Oh, it's insane.
is nuts.
It's insane.
It's horrible.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like going back in time and being like, right, this is why Airbnb
yes.
appeared in areas like downtown Victoria,
Exactly.
downtown Vancouver. It's
Yep.
like it's a better option than
or just
$700 a
adds-
night.
It's just like there's the housing market crisis, but
Mhm.
now there's the
hotel
Hotel
crisis.
downtown core
but we
hotel
said this
crisis.
from the beginning. There are areas where
It
Airbnb is
needs-
useful, like
yeah.
downtown cores, where you don't necessarily have the bulk of people living in a downtown core, but you do have a lot of people visiting. So,
Yeah.
Anywhere outside of the city, absolutely. Like we need more long-term housing, but areas like downtown Vancouver and downtown Victoria, where there's not a lot of long-term residents,
Mhm.
Airbnb is kind of useful.
But yeah, like I think what is that? Like hotels are averaging like 600 a night through the
6, yeah.
That's crazy.
through the
That's- I
summer,
booked a
and
hotel.
they're booked.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's completely booked. Yeah.
What was it? The one that we get like a hotel rate through Remax, and they're booked until I
Mhm.
think mid-September.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, and you check in at 4 p.m. and you check out at like 10 now or something. So
Really?
yeah, it's insane. Because
Check out at 10.
remember when
Come
they
on.
changed all of the check-in, check-out for COVID because
Right.
they needed extra time to
Then
clean?
They never went
They
back.
never went back.
Of
So now
course.
it's like you're checking in at 4 o'clock and you're leaving first
Call
thing
for
in the
late
morning.
checkout then.
Oh yeah, we always do
There's-
because I'm
there's-
like
there's
I'm
a
not
fee.
leaving.
There's a fee for that, yeah.
I'm not leaving. I'm taking all these towels.
Yeah.
Just
All these
kidding.
bars of soap.
Yeah, these are all coming with
This
me.
robe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a Hyatt branded 8-story, 167 room hotel. It's on Broad and Johnson.
Only 8 stories.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, it's in that old brick.
Yeah.
They don't want anything big down there, I don't
Yeah,
think. They want
okay.
to keep the heritage of,
Got it.
you know.
Gotta be
And
able
they're
to see
preserving the
old
facade.
Victoria.
It looks like they're preserving the old facade because I see
are.
it's all protected with that kind
which
of
is
framework.
really cool. I really like when they do that. It obviously
I'd
makes
love-
it a lot more expensive.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. I'd love to interview a construction company that's doing one of those projects and learn about the process and the extra cost in saving those facades. Because I think would be, I don't know, just the technology that goes into protecting that would be interesting.
I feel like it must be
so expensive. Yeah. So expensive.
You owe me a Coke. Yeah. But yeah, expected completion 2028. It's expected to bring in about 94,000 new visitors per year, which is awesome. 6.6 million in annual guest spend. 462 construction jobs, 196 long-term jobs. Anyway, I'm super excited about it. It's gonna have it's preserving the heritage facade of the 1890s Ducks building. It's gonna include a 5,000 square foot cafe restaurant, 215 seats in there.
That's huge.
Yeah, 2,000 square foot meeting spaces in there as well. And yeah, I mean, we already kind of talked about why, but obviously with the Airbnb down and then, you know, post-COVID, we just having this surge of obviously people coming back and prices for hotels have gone up. So we really do need a new hotel.
It's nice to see someone putting money into the downtown as well, like a
Yes.
business, because
I
I feel
know.
like we're at a point where a lot of businesses are pulling back. So
Yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, I think they actually have like this hotel development pipeline for downtown Victoria. They have 11 plus hotel proposals in the works across the region.
Wow.
One tower in Vic West Roundhouse project likely is becoming a hotel. The goal is 2,000 new rooms over 10 years.
That's ambitious.
That it
Yeah.
always is.
Whose goal is that?
I'm guessing like the city of Victoria.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
great job, Victoria.
Yeah.
Well,
let's do
we'll
it.
see. Let's check back in.
I
10
would like
years.
to spend $400 a night on a hotel, not $700.
I would love to spend $250.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know what? Since we're talking, 90 would be great.
90. Yeah.
Under
Actually,
$100.
you pay me.
You pay me to stay there.
Awesome. But yeah, and honestly, one other really great thing about this is that it's actually Chard that's building it.
Oh.
Great.
Yeah, and that's our local
Yeah.
developer. You know,
Well,
they've done-
Vancouver, but
but
Yeah.
they've done 15 buildings in Victoria. Like they're-
15?
I think 14 or 15 now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Way to
so
go,
they're-
Chard.
Out of all the developers of Victoria, I think they've become like one of the more trusted, you know,
Go-to?
go-tos, and they deliver great products. So I'm very happy that they're taking that one on. So,
Mhm.
all right, Jocelyn, we're at the
Neighborhood highlight.
famous
Oh my
part of our
goodness.
podcast.
I'm so tired.
Royal.
I'm so tired. Yeah, let's talk about View Royal.
Yeah.
This is an interesting part of Victoria, and I feel like a lot of people don't know of it as a specific neighborhood if you're not from Victoria. But correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I don't know. Whenever I mention it, people are like, "Where is that again?"
Even me.
Yeah.
Like, where does it start? Where does it end?
Okay, so it's like right along the north
I
shore
know.
of the Portage Inlet and
Yeah.
Esquimalt Harbor, and it's got technically 3 different neighborhoods. And I know that we're not breaking these down anymore, and Vince is sad about it, but they're just getting too small.
Yep.
4 sections. It's the Hospital, View Royal, Prior Lake, and 6 Mile. So 6 Mile sometimes gets confused with Colwood because it's like right as you're heading out towards Colwood there.
Right.
That's kind of where the border is.
Yeah, and then it kind
Mhm.
of sneaks into Colwood as well.
Sneaks into Colwood, and it's got
Yeah.
that cool little section of like farmland and
Yeah.
stuff to the right of it that, yeah, a lot of people don't really know exists, that little pocket in behind.
Mhm.
I mean, the best way to describe View Royal in terms of like what the build is, for the most part, it's a lot of newer homes, but it's very high density. So a lot of those like condos on the side of the highway, out by Theus Lake, that sort of thing. There's a lot that was built, and you do get a little more bang for your buck.
Yep.
It's not West Shore, which, you know, some people prefer. They want to kind of stay a little bit closer to the downtown core, and you can get like a nicer house or townhouse or condo for closer to West Shore prices.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
And I really like the central
Mhm.
part
It's
of
right
it.
in the middle
It's
of everything.
very central.
You need to
yeah.
go up Island. You need to
Mhm.
go to Souk. You need to go to the ferries. You need to go downtown. I
Yeah.
like that you're right in that kind
It's
of central
right there, yeah.
spot.
And you've got, I mean, there's actually a ton of green space as well. It's like
Yeah.
700
Backside
acres
of
or
Thetis
something.
is
Backside of
really
Thetis.
nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've got Thetis Lake, which is great. There's Portage Inlet, obviously, Esquimalt Harbor as well. Super popular if you're
Mhm.
a paddleboarder or a kayaker. What else?
My
I mean-
office is there.
Oh, there
David,
you
you
go.
stole
Yeah,
my
there you go.
you stole my
David's
line. I was
there.
gonna say
Right by
my
the cafe.
favorite places in View Royal, and I was gonna mention David's office. Stole my
Oh,
thunder.
Stole it. Yeah.
And then I guess in that same complex, I really like the Nest Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really they got really good. I can't remember what it was, like a breakfast sandwich or something like that, but
Really good.
it was really good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I can't say I've eaten that much in View Royal, but I will say I love love is a kind of a strong word, but the 6 Mile pub, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, always go there when
What
we're
about the
coming.
4 Mile?
4 Mile is less cool, but still cool.
I worked there in high school. I had a great time. Yeah.
Oh, really cool. Maybe it
Much
is.
prefer.
Which one? 6 Miles, the one's closer to Colwood, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's out by the casino.
Is like is the Thrifty Foods and like Canadian Tire, is that technically View Royal? Like this little complex?
I think it's technically
Yeah,
View Royal.
technically View
Yeah.
Okay,
Royal.
well then I
You're
have a
right.
couple other food recommendations.
Oh, okay. What you got?
Gyrosa.
Girosa.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Okay. I just woke
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
I want to buy a franchise. I want to
No
invest.
way.
Every time
Wow.
we're in that area, we're like, hey, should we go? Yeah. We
It's-
were here like 3 days ago, but let's keep going.
It's a little
I've
bit
never
more on the
been.
pricey side, but it
cares?
is very
Yeah.
good.
What is it? Is it
It's like
gyros?
Street.
yeah, gyro. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like if
Oh.
Opa was absolutely delicious
Well-
and the flavors just popped every time.
Yeah.
I
The
love
guy
good
the
Greek
guy
food.
who opened Girosa used to own Opa.
That makes sense.
No way.
Yeah.
So it's like elevated Opa.
Elevated.
Wow.
Opa.
And
Yeah.
then a
Okay,
couple
I
other
gotta
ones
go.
in there is the Songhees food truck.
Mm.
Have you guys ever had it? Very,
No.
very, very good food. The reviews on this 4.9 stars, 168 reviews.
Wow, that's
4.9 is
good.
crazy.
4.9 is like unheard of.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I got
Yep.
some food to shop at.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we can talk a little bit about the history of View Royal as well. Otherwise, I think Vince would be sad.
Yeah, we got to talk a little bit about
Yeah,
it.
a little bit. It is one of the newer municipalities in Victoria. It was
Yeah.
only put together in 1988. It was originally part of the traditional territories of the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations. And it's home to Craig Flower Schoolhouse, which is one of the oldest colonial era buildings still standing in Western Canada. So
Wow.
I don't know I went there in, I want to say middle school or high school. We had like a trip that went there.
Oh, I
haven't
thought
been
you were
there
going to say you
since.
went to school there. I was like, Jocelyn, I know you're the boomer, but come on,
Not
you're
that
not that old.
No, yeah, no. We went on a class trip there and it's pretty cool. It's like a fun little day trip that you can check out. And yeah, I don't know. Is there any more history that you want to share, Vince?
Well, I mean, it's served as an important corridor for the rail, so the ENN rail bed
Mhm.
goes through there. And one of the reasons it's called Portage, I've always called it Portage Inlet, which is so like Anglophone. Like it's so, yeah, Portage is the correct way. But there's a great park that connects Portage Inlet with Esquimalt Harbor. So you can actually do a canoeing trip where you go from like the gorge all the way through the inner harbor, all the way out into Esquimalt Harbor, and then you can
Mm.
carry your canoe along that path along the old train track. So you actually can
Could you portage
through it. Yeah. So it's a really long day trip, but it's good fun.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. Well, and you've got the Galloping Goose Trail too. We have to mention that because it
Yeah.
connects like all the way through View Royal. So you
Yeah.
can bike pretty much anywhere
Mhm.
in Victoria with the Galloping Goose Trail. So it's got a lot of pros. Oh, and Vic General Hospital. Also have to mention.
Is that in View Royal?
It is in View Royal.
Okay.
Technically, it's
Oh,
right
neat.
on it's that hospital neighborhood. So it's right
Eagle
on
Creek.
Eagle Creek.
Cool.
The
it's-
sushi place in there is awesome. Sushi
Oh.
K.
Yeah, we
I'm,
went there.
I'm
didn't we?
there a lot.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
not
yeah.
been
My
there.
office is right there.
There
so.
we go.
Yeah.
And do you guys know how it got its name?
View Royal.
Mhm.
Everything's either Royal Bay, View
Mhm.
Royal,
Something royal.
Royal Oak.
Mhm.
Royal Oak.
Yeah. Who do you think gave it the name? I mean, this is a rumor. I don't know if it's been confirmed fully, but
View.
Some queen.
a
No.
developer
A developer.
apparently used to sell it for its royal views. So
Hmm.
it became
No
View
way.
Royal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm. Yeah.
Crazy.
Fun fact about using the word royal in any commercial development, you're supposed to get official permission from the crown.
Oh.
No way.
And I don't know if they have permission here, but you're supposed to. If you're saying you're a royal yacht club, a royal development, royal view, Royal Oak, you're supposed to actually have like a warrant from, there's an intergovernmental relations office that
Oh.
handles those types of things.
Interesting.
Well, imagine we just had to change everything in Victoria that
Yeah,
had
right.
royal.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would be in a lot of trouble.
We would be.
Oh boy.
I think we're gonna
Yeah.
pass.
That's pretty much it. I don't know. View Royal. It's a cool little pocket. If you're looking at buying, you don't want to be like way out on the West Shore, but you do want something a little bit newer. Think about View Royal.
Awesome. Thanks, Jocelyn.
Great.
No problem. Yeah.
All right, Vince, you're up.
Oh,
Market update.
Here we go. All right.
I
Wow.
prepared all your notes for you.
yeah.
You're so good at that. I really appreciate it.
Vince and I just show up.
Yeah, the market, it continues to defy, like looking back, when you're looking back at a graph, you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But in the moment, it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
And the story, I've been telling myself is like, yeah, the market's down. It's so kind of sad, blah, blah, blah. But when we actually look at year over year, our sales are up. So June was actually a better month this year, 2025, than it was in 2024, which, again, all the headlines are saying trade war, tariffs, risk of thermonuclear war. Like there's nuclear sites being bombed. Like you would think things are bad, but they're not. The market, the actual data that's coming back from sales,
that sales are up.
And even looking at your chart, the stats we were looking at earlier, the market has bounced back almost to the peak that it was in 2022. But that's not the story that we're hearing. We're still, it's a bubble, it's a crash, whatever. Like, no, it's doing really well. So, there's a gradual upward trend in activity since, mid 2022. So again, we're kind of trending in the upward direction. This was kind of interesting. Townhome sales remain flat. Typically over the last 10 years, townhomes, if you invested in them like you had invested in an index, townhomes actually outperformed every other type of asset class in Victoria. So if you would have put $1 million into a townhome, it would have gotten you a better return after 10 years than a condo or a house. If you're just looking at the average sale price of a townhouse versus the average sale price of a home. So that's kind of interesting. But we've just not had the same explosion of inventory that you would think as prices are coming up. You would think people say, okay, it's time to sell, time to move on.
I think when townhomes really do well is when single family becomes more and more unattainable.
Yeah.
Because prices will come down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like people I think are kind of rushing back in or trying to rush back into single family and propping it up. But as soon
townhomes
as
went and single family didn't.
Yeah.
So, they kind of hit each other.
Exactly.
So
so I think, generally speaking, if you're looking for one soundbite that describes where we're at in July of 2025, the market's warm. It's on the warm side of a balanced market. So
24 degrees.
Yeah, it's balmy.
That's hot.
It's balmy out here. And, again, this is against all the predictions about interest rates dropping. Like, this is the thing we keep waiting for, waiting, and it's just not happening. And yet the market is up. Like, so again, if you ask me how I feel the market and how the market is actually performing, there's a detachment between, my anecdotal experience and what these numbers are telling us.
But that's us also absorbing everything we're hearing and letting that,
But and that's
so
where the
true.
frustration from buyers comes from, I think, because we do have this sentiment out there that the market is crashing. But then when they're actually in the trenches,
prices keep heating up.
Yeah. They're in multiple offer. And it's so confusing for people, even if you're telling them and you're keeping them informed. But it's hard. Don't always look at what the media is doing in terms of the real estate markets. And a lot of the time it comes from like the Toronto market as well, which is so different than our market.
Yeah. Not even the same. Yeah.
No, you can't compare them. So it's good to talk to your local realtor.
That's it. Yeah. And then the other thing, and I say this over and over, guys, but when you're buying a home and when you're even buying an investment property, stop trying to time the market perfectly. Like if you're planning to live for more than 5 years, real estate's generally a pretty good investment, generally speaking. So it's don't time the market. It's not timing the market. It's timing the market. I say this over and over and over, but like, what are we on episode 40? And I've said it like 48 times.
Yeah.
It's just like, stop waiting for the right situation to show up. Like, either do it or don't.
Yeah. Just make sure the situation's right for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you have the money to buy, it's the right time to buy.
Yeah. And you have to get the right investment. I mean, there's some places out there that are obviously maybe overpriced. Those aren't the ones that you might be going after.
Don't buy it.
Go after the deals, right?
Or, if you're not looking at it as an investment strictly, you're just looking at it as a roof over your head, which is, what a lot of people's situations are. Whereas, they want a place that will be stable for the next however long. They've been in a rental situation for a long time. If you have the money, if you're in the position that you can purchase something, it's a good time.
Yep.
Always. Yeah.
One other thing, just seasonally speaking, we normally have a dip in August. Every realtor, it seems, just flocks to the lake or the golf course for the month of August. So sales generally slow down in August.
It's not us. We're not.
We're working.
We're
it's all
working.
those other
Yeah.
professional realtors who are, they're taking some time away. And people want to squeeze the last little bit out of summer. And so generally speaking, if you're out there in the market, it's normal for showings to be slowing down in August. And September. We call it second spring. And it's
Mhm.
like September, like clockwork. When people are back in school, they look around their home and they say, you know what? I want to be out of here by Christmas.
Because it's got sand everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
They want out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just get out. Don't,
Get
Then you
out,
don't need
yeah.
to clean it.
Just sell the
It's
house.
fine.
Sell the
Yeah,
house.
Get it out.
Be done with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm going to be listing our place in September.
Yeah, that's right.
Get me out.
Yeah. So generally speaking, I think if you're frustrated by what you're seeing right now, there's kind of this flushing that happens as people pull their stuff off the market in August, and then they relist after this September long weekend. So keep your chin up, make sure you're getting pre-qualified, and so that when the right place does show up, you don't have to hesitate. You can jump into it, knowing that you'll be competing with other buyers in the fall as well. Because everyone's telling all the buyers the same story right now, which is
That's
we
true.
slow down and then we pick up.
Yep.
And
All right.
that's the market.
That's the market
Thanks,
with
Vince.
Vince.
All right, guys. I think that wraps everything up. I think we're good. Awesome. Well, thank you for listening to the Victoria Real Estate Podcast produced by the City Nest team. We have had some fantastic reviews and we love them. So please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you are listening. We also really appreciate you guys sharing the podcast with friends and family. Otherwise, guys, how can people get in touch?
You can call me at 604-907-2074.
Email me, vincent@citynest.ca.
And call me 250-858-7160.
Awesome. And you can reach out to me, Adrian, at 250-464-4122 or on Instagram at Adrian Real Estate Victoria. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.